Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everybody's here to watch recipes.
Welcome, y'all.
Howdy.
We're the Raconteur Society. We are the Raconteur Society, here to make you question your choices on a Tuesday night. How's it going, everybody? It's good to see you again. It's been a whole week. We don't know what to do with ourselves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wow, showed up on time today. Yay, me.
I think I can do something.
Mike's getting tricky in his old age. We are Geeks Past Our Peaks, and I've been throwing dice since the late 1980s.
Yeah.
Early 1980s.
Yeah.
It's the 1980s.
1880s for some of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tonight we are playing Deadlands Classic. If you're interested in that, it's a game by Pinnacle and Pinnacle Game Company. You can check them out. You can actually find the link to Pinnacle on our YouTube channel descriptions for the game. So you can actually go there, buy the game, and try to play it yourself.
Helps with
It's
other
more
people.
fun with others.
Go and buy it. Send us the books. Either way, we don't care. It's just whatever.
Buy it, send us books. Yeah.
All right, announcements. Tonight we are games sponsored by the Wizard Shelf in Moline, Illinois.
Yeah.
Check them out at 1147 16th Avenue in Moline, Illinois, if you happen to be in the Illinois area. Neat McNeely.
Neat McKinley.
McKinley.
Oh
Neat
my
McNeely.
God! We just had this conversation.
I did it on purpose. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
Sure.
they are over halfway to their goal on getting what they need to get to England, so UK. So keep helping them out. Check them out. They are on our front page of our Twitch under the suggested channels. Go look at them. Go follow them. Go watch them. He is hilarious. And make sure to tune in to Zombie Jesus' stream next Sunday, by the way, because you'll see my glorious face playing D&D with his regular group.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
They had
Neat.
somebody die. No, I'm kidding. They had somebody that couldn't
Oh.
make it, so they asked me to step in.
Oh, neat.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm gonna throw some dice and bring back an old character.
So you're going to be two-timing us. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Two timing you. I'm gonna go on and promote ourselves and steal all of his followers to us. So there's no further announcements. I'll pass it on down to Dale, who's going to be our marshal for this evening in our Deadlands Classic campaign. Take it away. Take it away, Dale.
Yeah. Okay, so we are playing Deadlands Classic. Yeah, again. Okay, so yeah, we are continuing our story from the Canyon of Doom. So you guys got on the train, and during the, you're headed to Cedar City, Virginia.
Cedar-Sinai
No,
Hospital.
not Virginia. Ugh, where is it? Cedar City, Nevada.
CDPD.
And on the train were a lot of the reporters,
Come on, ride a train.
and Dr. Haskins was kind of holding interviews and stuff like that. They were going to travel with you on the train to Cedar City, Nevada, and then you guys are going to disembark the train and start to travel pretty much overland into the Grand Canyon. You do know that Dr. Haskins and his assistant Sophie had their cabin, or their little quarters, or whatever you want to call it, and he's got some eccentricities you've noticed, and he didn't like being on the right side of the train, so he asked if a couple of you would switch, and Olaf and Bo agreed to switch cabins or bunks with him to make him feel more at ease. So that's happened. You all kind of bedded down.
I was in the
Dining car.
dining car.
And probably when we last left off, you probably were headed back to make sure Lillianne could take over for you next.
Yeah, he said he was going to walk the halls sometime.
Yeah, every once in a while. I
And you did, and really for a couple hours, nothing really happened. But you were probably just entering the rail car at the beginning of this, because when we last left off, Olaf had kind of woken up. He had night terrors the night before, so he's trying to get some sleep. And of course, because he's tossing and turning, in the cabin, it was like nice and comforting, and all of a sudden the train noise got really loud. And he woke up, and the window over in the corner up near the ceiling, or that little window you can look out, was open. And he's like, I thought that was closed. And he got up in the
Oh, you
night.
said it opened and closed both.
Oh yeah, I guess it did
Yeah.
open, and it closed, but not all the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still open like that much.
So he went over to investigate, and Bo woke up, I think,
Tried the lights.
and turned the lights on, but nothing's happening.
Fantastic.
So anyway, yeah, you guys woke up, and the room was dark, and as soon as you started to turn the light on, nothing happened, and you were like, lights are out. We went into rounds.
Right.
So we are going to do that. So everybody got your cards?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
For those of you who are not awake yet, probably going to be sacrificing a lot of cards. But on your cards, you can try to roll to wake up if you wish. So
Can you put them up your sleeve if you're asleep?
no,
Damn.
not if you're asleep. So on your card, you can try and roll and see if you hear something and wake up.
So I am going to cast Bodyguard.
Okay.
You're casting a spell.
Yep. And
Button.
Slam the computer.
Knocks the mixer off the table and
did it do
Can't really see it when
Oh,
you
sorry.
got the big screen.
nope, something's not right.
Uh-oh.
There's a menu popped up, Mike.
Oh, yep, sure is.
Mike's having personal problems.
Mike's getting too excited and hitting too many buttons at once.
There it
There you
is.
go.
That was really worth it, wasn't it? everyone?
Green squashes.
I cast menu. This isn't Netrunner, Mike. It's not Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, get down there.
All right, so I got 10, so that gives me an extra card, right?
Yes. So what Mike's doing is
What
he
am I
just
doing?
cast a hex
The wrong
as a
one.
huckster, so he draws cards from his own deck, makes the best poker hand he can to cast a spell. All right, so you didn't.
I didn't do
nothing happened. Okay,
Version 0.1.
Yeah.
Ace of Diamonds.
You all die.
Where's Lucy?
Ooh. Dennis, you feel somebody kind of shoulder into you to knock you off your feet. Go ahead and make a nimbleness roll.
Nimble, nimble, nimble,
I've created a monster. Yes, you have.
nimble, nimble.
Nimble, nimble,
Nimbo, 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 boom.
Don't.
Ah, okay.
Yep. Make a nimbleness check. Your target number is going to be 9. Jax.
Jack.
Jack.
All right.
Get him, Bo.
And you can hear the oof.
All right.
It was a Swedish oof. It was like a oofed.
Oof.
Do it.
It goes. Just takes it. Are you? Let me see that.
No, he didn't have anything.
Okay.
Fight's going to be over and he's over there. All right, I got bodyguard. It's over. All right, so nothing happens again. No other jacks.
Maybe.
10s. Okay, 10. Yeah. Ooh, okay. You're kind of over there. All right, bodyguard. No, okay. Come on, bodyguard, protect me. Thunk! A knife flies right past your face and sticks into the wall next to you. And you're like, bodyguard.
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 So that happens, and you hear a thunk on the wall next to you. 9s.
I have a 9.
Okay,
I would like to try to wake up.
go ahead. Make a vigor check.
No.
Okay, so you're roll over in your sleep.
Candyland. No, Mr.
Yeah.
Smart, I don't want to go.
Okay,
for a
so 8s.
Oh, thank you.
8. Like the windows, and then you hear. So tried to open the window, it maybe didn't open all the way, so that's what happened. 7s.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, 7 of.
Spades.
Spades. No,
No.
clubs.
Okay, and
Wait a minute, we're playing with
all
the
right.
knuckle deck again.
All right. So what do you do?
I'm going to just twist in the direction that he went past me back to the window, and I'm just going to clobber onto him and drag him down to the ground. And
Basically, grapple him and take him
just
down.
grapple him and take him down.
Fighting, brawling.
Give him that special Olaf hug.
Those Swedish meatballs. Get him a swinging.
Ugh.
Your target number is going to be 9.
Really?
This person is. What you do
Slippery
is
little fucker.
target number is 5, and then what their
Well, I
skill is
well,
on
I got-
top of that.
I got a
But they're
6.
distracted. Okay, you got a 6. Okay, you go over and like try to grab onto them, and they kind of move, and and it's pretty dark. You can't hardly see what you're doing, but they kind of move out of the way, And then 7 of, what'd you have? 7 of clubs, Cobb?
Yep.
So 7 of diamonds. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. They are going to trip you and take you down to the ground. Like as you move past, they kind of put their foot out, so you just trip and fall.
Damn, Three Stooges are
Now,
right
if you want to try and avoid that, you'd have to discard your next highest action card if you have any.
I have no other cards.
Okay, so you're
there. Break is 2 on the
So
way
they
down.
so they end up getting me tossed on the ground.
yeah, you go to grab them, they sidestep it, put their foot out, and you trip, and you go down.
And I yell out, Mary Mother Joseph!
So you hear from the room these two are in, Mary Mother Joseph. Actually, it's Mary Mother Joseph.
Well, remember, Joseph.
Probably just Bo.
Getting frisky.
But I'll kind of head on down that way.
Okay, so you go down to the door, and it is one of the first doors. So you can get to the door easy enough. Anything you want?
Kind of knock on the door.
Yeah, sure. So
Candygram.
Yeah.
land shark,
Land shark.
you
Tickets, please.
now
No ticket.
you guys, you don't have to have an action to say something. That's a free, that's a free action.
Jesus. Get rid of the megaphone there, Olaf.
We're like, ah.
Olaf's mad.
Bo, what do? You hear a knock on the door, and get in here, bodyguard.
Bodyguard. Bodyguard.
Oi, oi, oi.
What?
Assassins.
Okay, yeah, you can say something. You say assassin.
Yeah. Assassins. Help.
Okay. So you hear that. You knocked on the door. You heard it. You
Okay.
can still do something. Open the door.
I still have an action then?
Technically, you haven't rolled any dice.
I'm going to go try and open the door.
Unless you guys locked it. It's unlocked.
No, we didn't lock it. I don't
Okay, so you open the door.
Swing open the
It's
door.
pretty dark in here. You can,
Cast light.
you're like, So basically, everybody, when you're trying to do something that involves sight, you were like just grabbing by feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be -2.
Now, is there a light in...
Is there light in the hallway?
When you open the door, there is a little bit of light coming in from the hallway, but it's not a lot. All the lanterns are turned down. You do have enough light.
evening.
So if you want to make a cognition check,
I will make a cognition check.
you're going to be at -2 for that because it's in the room, but you have keen.
Keen.
So it cancels out.
What do I need?
Just roll and tell me what you get.
$18.
Okay. Olaf dropped a quarter on the floor. About 5 feet.
Well, I pick it up and I leave.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks.
a quarter richer.
You open the door, and immediately next to you, you see in the lower bunk, you see Bo sitting up, but there's a knife sticking out of the wall
There.
right next, like between you and him, pretty close to him. And then as you kind of glance, you see Olaf on the ground over by this window that's partway open, and you see a shadowy figure, like somebody dressed in black, or it's like a silhouette of something, kind of standing over him, and it looks like they're kind of reaching up for the window, and when the door opens, they kind of like turn to look at you, but you still can't see their face. It's real shadowed.
Okay.
And as soon as they see you, they kind of give a heave to try and open the window. 6s. Go ahead and roll vigor to see if you can wake up.
What do I have to beat?
9, I think, wasn't it?
7.
7.
7.
I got a
Mine
9.
was.
So
You got a 9?
Yep.
Okay, you're in your bunk, and I better roll for him. And you're like, what was that?
I'm gonna wake Copperhead up. For my action.
He rolled a 1 and a 2. So you got, hey, shut up.
He's in there. It's like, everyone's like, it's an ice cream social.
No, I'm not gonna. Hey,
He rolls over and he's like,
he's in
you
the,
bunny.
he's in the top bunk.
Yeah?
I'm gonna reach up, wake up, smack him in the face.
Okay. That might work.
With a pie.
Boy, that's a brave, deadly
You are
move
taking
right
your
there.
life in your hand.
Smack him in the face and say, "Wake the fuck up!"
You like whack. He's got a gun in his hand from under his pillow. He's like, click.
Something's going on.
What'd you hit me for? Fives? 5. What do you do?
Push past him. I'm kidding. No. Go up to their.
But
Where?
to your door?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure your door is closed.
Yeah. Open it up.
Open it up, and across the hall, you see Cobb in the doorway over there, and looks like he's probably just getting ready to move in, but you don't know.
I'll move.
But he's looking into a dark room.
I'll move towards him.
Okay. And Copperhead probably turns a light on in his room, in you guys' room, and it comes right on.
Okay.
So you go over there. Those are free actions. You still have a
Light
dice
stick of
action.
dynamite for light. See what's going on.
And I turn and shoot the guy behind me because this is clearly a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Okay, so you walk across the hall,
Yep.
and what do you do?
The lights that are in the hallway.
They're turned real low, but they're on.
Turn them on up higher.
Turn them up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can turn one up, and you now see inside that room a little better.
Oh, Bo, put that away.
Bodyguard. Body.
He's out here going.
Body nard. Nards.
Neat McTenley. Neat McTenley.
Wolfman's got nerve.
As the light comes on clear in the room, you see this figure standing above Bo is dressed all in black, head to toe. Has like a black mask on with even a veil that they can see through. You can see the eyes, but it even shaded their face. One thing you instantly pick out, it's a female. 4s?
I got a 4.
Okay. Go ahead.
Both got 4. You're first.
And you can go ahead and roll your vigor to see if you wake up.
Yeah, I got diamonds.
Diamonds goes first.
Oh, diamond says?
Would you have clubs?
Clubs.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
roll your vigor and see if you wake up. This time it's target number of 5.
My shirt's untucked. My vest isn't on. And I got my pants on, but probably not my boots.
Right.
But I go ahead and grab my sawed off
Okay.
and step into the hall.
Okay. You step out into the hall and you see Kelvin down about halfway down the hall. And he looked like he just turned the hall light up because his hand's moving away from it. Mm-hmm. But he's looking over across the hall and you see Cobb in the doorway. But that room is dark, but you know that's Bo and Olaf's room. Mm-hmm. And now, neither one of you has pulled a gun or a weapon at all, right? Or have you? You didn't specify it.
She had her sawed off.
Right, but I mean you two.
No, I was.
You didn't have a gun drawn.
I do not have a gun drawn. I never said, but I'm assuming I wasn't carrying my shotgun.
Okay.
So I just have my sidearm.
Okay, yeah.
I'm here.
Okay.
And my stick, my walking stick.
You got your stick, yeah. But yeah, okay. So neither of you have unholstered your gun.
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on yet.
Yeah, makes sense. So you see them out in the hall, but they don't have guns out.
But we're still in action, so.
Yeah, yet.
Yeah.
But you would see Copperhead step out into the hall
With a gun.
with a gun. You will see her come out of her room and come up. Same with Copperhead. But you have a 4 of clubs, so what are you doing?
I'm going to draw my weapon while moving into the room.
Okay.
Or trying to move into the
As I
room.
say, I'm blocking the door.
Yeah, Cobb's in the doorway, so unless you pull him out of the way, you can go up right behind Cobb.
Yeah, I'm going to try
kinda-
to see what's
Yeah.
happening. So.
Okay, so 3s?
Yeah.
Okay,
I got spade this time.
Yep, they're going for my hearts.
okay. So Cobb,
I'm going to mutter something about God giving me strength to overcome the evils of this world, and I'm going to cast Smite.
and then go into Bo's room?
Yeah.
Good idea.
I got enough, so I go up 1 strength type.
Okay, all right. And you step into the room?
Yeah, actually, I probably do kind of step into. But now this person they were armed, right?
You can't tell.
Okay.
There's a
They
knife
don't
in
have
my
a
face.
gun in their hand, but there is a knife in the wall, but you don't know what they have on them.
Okay.
This is one
There's
of
no
your
gun
dogs.
in their hand.
Could be, actually, yes.
Can I actually say anything while I step into the
Yeah,
room?
you can do that.
After I kind of did that,
Yeah,
or
you can do
I was like, I don't know who you are, but I think perhaps it might be best if you just settle down there.
Okay. And 3 of hearts.
3 parts. All right. Now, has she seen me? Is it light enough that she's actually looking at me at all?
She's more focused on Cobb.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and cast Imposter.
Okay.
Ooh, I did pop twice. So 11. I got an extra card.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
You have an action ahead of them, but they are kind of like dropping their hand.
I kind of shake my head, and then I strike blind.
Okay. And it's their spirit.
Their spirit.
There's music to it too, so
Oh.
Ooh, 9.
9.
I
Okay.
just don't know how powerful it is, so I try to tone it down.
Okay. So her hand kind of goes down, and you do your thing, and she's like, and she pulls out a knife from her belt, and just kind of stands there with it in front of her, and you do see her kind of like moving her head, like, oh shit.
Okay.
And she immediately kind of switches the knife to the other hand and kind of puts her hand on the wall behind her, like maybe to brace herself, like, where am I? Okay. Next round.
No?
He's got another 2.
Oh, you have another 2.
Yeah, 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. Even blind, you see her kind of like tilt her head a little bit when you step forward, and just as you're about to hit her wrist, she just kind of moves her hand out of the way. Yep.
That's 7, so.
Nope. There's a pop.
Okay.
That's the black joker.
It is-
Okay, in that case,
Sorry.
you throw that card and your next highest card away.
All right. Well, it was fun playing with you guys.
She's frozen in the hallway.
I need a coffee.
Yep.
Like the NPC that just quits moving. all of a
Yay!
sudden.
Queens,
Yes.
Queen of Spades.
I have Queen of Clubs and Spades.
Okay, so Queen of Spades out in the hall. Copperhead just puts this up his sleeve.
You? Anybody else have queens?
Nope.
All right. Well, since
You have 2 queens. I'd put one up your sleeve and use one, right?
well,
You can if you want.
next one. I'm going to go ahead and cast Phantom Fingers.
So, you're just like,
Again?
nothing is working.
I will try it again on my second queen. I finally got it that time. We'll see though. I doubt I get anything.
All the mantiles are like,
Oh, I got a pair.
I told you.
I finally got a pair. I
Okay.
finally got a pair.
You finally got a pair.
You finally grew a pair.
Congratulations.
Just need a little bit. All right. Sorry, folks at home. I got to figure out what that gives me.
Rabies.
There it is. A pair gives me the weight of a pistol.
Okay.
Now,
3 or 4
is that enough
pounds.
to shut the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Queens, Jacks. Okay, Jacks. Who's got what
I
there?
got spades.
I
Okay.
have clubs.
Okay, so Bo.
So she had something in her hand.
She has a knife in her hand, kind of holding it close to her defensively
Can I whip it out of her hand?
with the phantom fingers. Yeah, you can.
I believe it is.
Is it opposed strength
It
or
is
something?
opposed strength. I got a 6.
She got a 5.
Okay.
So yeah, and when you take it out of her hand, you notice her hand kind of moves with it. She was holding on to it pretty tight.
And I,
You whip it out of it. Okay. And try and catch it.
yeah, well, I have fan fingers, so I'll just have it.
Oh yeah, just bring it to you. So okay, you take the knife out of her hand.
Which is like, so.
Yeah. Kelvin, you had a jack. What do you do?
I need to see what the hell is going on.
Well, as Cobb kind of moved in to strike her blind, you're in the hall, you're in the doorway. You can see everything that's happening.
Okay.
With the light filtering it, it's still dark, but it's not pitch dark. So you can see pretty well what's going on.
Okay, I will try. I will go take her down.
You gotta get past. Is Cobb already in there though?
Yeah.
Cobb's in front of her again, and it's not a huge room or anything. So how do you want to do that, or do you want to hold off? If you don't have a card up your sleeve, you could put one up your sleeve if you want to hold
I'll
off.
try and threaten her from over my shoulder.
Yeah, overall.
Seven is my highest.
Okay, she got a 5. So what do you say to her?
Young lady, it's best you settle down so we can see what's going on here.
In a forceful tone, that would be counted as overall. So she kind of stops moving. Kind of, with the hand that had the knife, she kind of holds it palm up. She doesn't let her hand off this wall. She kind of puts her hand up like, okay. She doesn't say anything.
Step forward.
Tin Man.
She's probably stepping right into me.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
tell her to
She
step
tries.
off over
Right
him.
over me.
Yeah. Do you say step forward?
Step forward.
She tries. She almost trips over Olaf into Cobb.
Perfect.
Because she's blind. She doesn't
Yeah.
know where anybody is now. So she's like, "Ugh." And immediately you see her kind of straighten up and put her hand back on that wall. And her hand up.
Thank you.
I don't know. And you probably hear her say in a kind of a raspy voice, she's like,
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
I don't know what you're saying. No, she says,
Mike Wazowski.
I don't know what kind of trick you're pulling. It wasn't funny.
Are we still in rounds or?
Technically, no, not now. I think you've disarmed her and all that, and she's pretty much like, I'm trapped.
Okay.
So we can go out of rounds for now.
Ain't no trick.
I'm
What do
gonna
you-
get up off the floor and bind her and hold her arm behind her.
Okay, yeah, you get up.
Takes her hand off the wall and wrap
Yeah.
it behind her.
Yeah, that's fine. Once you get a hold of her, she's kind of like, okay. So you put the hand behind her. She still has the other hand up unless you grab it and hold it behind her too.
I will attempt to do that.
Kind of put both hands behind her back.
At which point I come to the realization that this ain't no dude.
Yeah, you've been on face
Like
on the floor.
I'm kind of startled. Like, you're no man.
Hello, man.
She's like, no.
Mind telling us what exactly you doing in here?
And I'm kind of swaying out at my feet over the
She
bed.
actually kind of says in a still that kind of raspy voice. She's like, "You mind telling me why I'm blind?"
I'm gonna use
It'll
my
wear
fat
off
fingers to,
after a
like,
while, but mostly it's
down the
because
mask.
of your faith.
You chose
How long is it?
poorly.
How long is this gonna last?
A couple minutes more.
And you pull down the mask.
with my phantom fingers.
Okay, with the phantom fingers, pull down the veil and the mask. Remember that hot reporter you were talking to?
Oh, the redhead.
It's her.
Ah!
She's got a raspy voice.
No, once you pull down the mask, she's like, in her voice.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you can see me now, but I can't see you.
You're just blinded is all. And yes, we can see you. What was her name, Bo? You're good with women's names.
Katrina Donovan.
Miss Donovan, I would like to say it's a pleasure to see you in my room, but I would say no in this situation.
And normally I would say that'd be a cruel sentence to any woman to be in Bo's room.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
You actually see her kind of smirk, and she's like, well, I didn't think it was your room. I thought this was Dr. Haskins' room.
Someone checking the professor.
But then she says, if it was your room, I would have visited you later, maybe. And she uses her persuasion on you.
That's an easy win.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's been
You
contested.
already need to roll. So, first watch on the lady.
Okay. She went bust, and you're like, yeah.
Still goes busted. He's all in.
So she goes bust. So it almost sounds she like to you guys like she just threatened him. Like, well, if I'd known it was wasn't his room, I would have came to your room later.
And Bo's like, that's fine.
And you're like, she had a knife in her hand. She almost killed him with a knife.
Turned him
And he's
on.
like, oh, sweet talk.
Well, we can hold you to that
Yeah.
appointment.
He's been with worse.
Yeah.
Hello,
Probably.
lady, what are you doing here?
Well, I was going to see if I could get those artifacts.
Why?
Well, he obviously has them under lock and key. It's obviously very important to this expedition. They got to be valuable to somebody.
Yeah, probably the gentleman that was looking at us on the train platform when we were leaving.
Are you
Think
working
you
for
work
him?
No, but if I would have gotten them, I probably would have. If he offered to buy it, I would take his money just as well as anyone else's.
So you're just a cat burglar, not an assassin.
No.
I don't not really think.
I can't look at
that
you,
need to be-
Cobb. It's just like, would you
didn't
make
get
sure
any
this
limit
lady's
for
telling
them.
the truth to the good old
Maybe
Lord?
not, but somebody would have.
I have a question. In all this ruckus, has the bodyguard not woken up? What's her name?
Sophie?
Yeah.
She is probably coming out of the room right now.
Okay.
You got to remember, this all took like
Seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or less.
And I drop fan fingers because
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
fine.
keep me going.
And since Mike's got his finger poised right above that button, I'm gonna cast
Well, he's playing with
Confession.
the button, all right.
You're going to cast what?
confession.
Okay, got it.
Time to go to church, dear.
Oh, I know what that means. She gets on her
Oh.
I
17.
need you all to leave for the moment, will you?
I thought I was later.
17.
knees. 17.
Next.
Okay. Go ahead and ask away.
Is everything you told us the truth?
Yes, it is. Actually, does anybody have any kind of connections to bounty hunting, lawman, the law?
What would that be?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll smarts.
What's that under?
It would be like in your backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like I have
Or like having the edge or hindrance.
Yeah.
He was in the military. That was it.
Roll my smarts.
Yeah. Just tell me what you get.
9.
Okay. Copperhead kind of like listens and he kind of comes to the door and like looks in. You're kind of next to the door now. You came up. And when she says that, I work for myself, the highest bidder. And as you think about it, her name is Katrina. There is a really well-known and well-respected cat burglar named the Cat. Nobody knows who it is, but they always leave a calling card of like an origami-shaped cat. Whenever they commit a crime, they leave this little cat.
Okay.
Searcher.
Rumors have it that she might be a woman. And she is like this really tough to catch cat burglar for like normal law enforcement, normal folks. She can sneak in, sneak out. You won't even know she was there. Just
Screwed up tonight,
yeah,
didn't you?
maybe tonight it was either bad luck or just the fact that you guys
Ran
are.
across the Memphis gang.
Yeah, I came across boys from the dwarf.
Shame, mate. Oh, I hate Katrina.
Yeah. So you think this is the Cat, and she is wanted. There is a bounty, $250 dead, $500 alive in Salt Lake City.
Can I fit into the room?
Yeah, you can.
Can I come in and say, "Excuse me, gentlemen,
Ma'am.
Step to the side.
I'm going to go up to her. She's still blind, right?"
Honka, honka. Oh, sorry.
It's probably starting to wear off now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
only
she's starting to kind of blink and
4 minutes or so.
looking around. And once she sees who's in the room with her, she's like,
Mike,
crap.
you can take combat round down.
Okay.
I would like to start frisking her. I'm
Well-
checking for
Who doesn't?
And fingers.
phantom fingers.
So you start frisking her? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking for the origami cat or origami paper or
Her belt has little pouches that are very well hidden, and they're kind of tied down to her waist so they don't jangle around or move or anything. And in one of them, you also find 2 extra knives in her belt in sheaths. The other 2 are with bow. They're like throwing knives. And then you do find one pouch is kind of like It looks like what we would think of as a penknife, but there's like a little sharp, like diamond tip to it. And then there's also a pair of lockpicks, and in another pouch, you find an origami cat.
Dum dum dum.
All right.
Well, actually, while she's frisking her, while I still got it up, I'm going to ask her.
That's Bo. It's Lily's frisking
I
the
go,
cat. That's
Katrina Donahue? Is that,
Donovan.
Donovan, is that your real name?
Yes. Yes, it
And I
is.
go, if we happen to let you go by choice, what would you do?
And get off this train and ply my trade somewhere else.
Like, that's what you think, and I assume there's like curtains on the window, maybe with
Yeah.
the cords that hold them back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to whip her around and
I think we already did.
Well, Olaf's holding her with her hands behind her back, but if you want to take the cord and tie her hands,
oh yeah, okay, sorry.
so you can tie her hands up.
Yes, I would like to go ahead and tie her hands up. I'll say, well, we'll see about that after the bounty hunters get a hold of you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Bounty hunters.
What are you talking about, Lily?
Copperhead actually speaks up and he's like, "Is that really her?"
Oh yes, with this, and I like
Show
pulling off
that.
the pouches and
He's like,
getting them
"I'll
away
be
from her.
damn. It's the cat.
Who's the cat exactly, other than Miss Donahue?
Cat Burglar. Been trying to catch her for a lot of years. The lawman, bounty hunters. Trust me, every post office I stop in, I look at the posters to make sure I'm not up there. But
And
she
are they?
has been.
And are they?
Well, anyway, he says, but I've seen hers. I noticed it at the rail station in City of Gloom. But she didn't look like herself. I guess she changes her looks whenever she can, changes her hair color. And he's like, so you're really the cat? And she's like,
You mean you're not a redhead?
You should ask.
I am now.
You should ask Cobb to ask her if she's really.
Yeah, I so are you this cat?
yes, that's me. And she looks at Copperhead. Who are you, a bounty hunter? He's like, no, ma'am. She kind of looks at him and he's like, Frank Daggett. And you see her kind of like, holy shit. And she just kind of like, I didn't intend to rob from you at all. And he's like, that's fine. You didn't. And you got caught. And you got me. And Sophie kind of comes into the room. She's like, so, what happened here?
A little
Assassination attempt.
Well, more of a
The Watford.
robbery.
Actually, Cat's
or any of those.
like, I wasn't trying to assassinate anybody.
Well, they certainly did a good job of trying to impersonate doing such there to Bo.
If I wanted to hit him, he would have been assassinated.
Well, she already.
That was
She already hurt my heart by trying to betray me, and I put the two knives back in the holsters like that.
In the
Don't want you to
sheaths.
leave with your.
You
He's
put
like,
them-
let me
you
put
give them
these
back
in the
to her?
sheaths here right by your butt cheeks. Copperfield as he does it.
So you actually
I
give them
took
back to
those off.
her? Or?
I
Yeah,
took
she's still got the other.
I
what-
took
you-
the I took it
If
off.
you took them, I gave them to you. So
Okay. She's like, if I wanted to hit him, he would have been assassinated. And yes, I am that good.
Damn it, you knows.
You are making it so very hard to be gentle with the ladies, you know that.
And she looks at Bo. Maybe I like it rough.
maybe I'll pay for that.
Maybe both of you will stop talking that way.
All right. Yes, I'm sorry. I just can't help it. The situation has made itself
I
present.
look at Copperhead and I say, is there any thought that she could be trusted at all?
Not that I know of.
All right then.
If you let her go, she's going to steal from somebody else,
Well, she won't steal from us, though. That much we know.
right?
My concern
Sophie.
is not, my concern is taking the things that we need for this expedition.
Sophie's like, well, we have Union soldiers on the train. We could take her and put them in their custody.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there a holding cell or a compartment that She can be held in.
Not really, but they take shifts and they have rifles. They can keep her under watch.
Well, I probably go. Well, it's up to you all, but I imagine no matter what, she'll probably break free one way or the other, unless she's sent to some sort of maximum security, some larger facility. But you all decide. I'm tired, and I back my way out of the room, go back to my compartment.
Okay. All right.
I agree. Sometimes the person themselves have to change. I gotta look at Copperhead, and then sometimes you have to decide to change your path yourself. So you need to settle down yourself with a nice rich fella. Can't look at
Well, let's go ahead and deliver her to the boys in blue.
Hey, you.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey. Sophie says.
You might have been talking to me this time.
That's true.
Sophie says, well, I was going to take her back if I wouldn't mind somebody accompanying me.
Yes, it's
Sure.
my turn for a watch anyway. Yeah.
I'll walk back with you.
You've got her tied up. I've never let her go since
Okay. Yeah.
you're tying her hands.
And they go to walk her out. They forget she's tied to the window. Just ow.
All right. So
Olaf just stays with her.
Sophie's taking Cat back to the soldiers. Who's going with
I'm
her?
going with
And you. So the four of you are going to escort her back. Okay. Copperhead's like, well, I got watched in a couple hours. I'm going back to bed. He goes back to his room. Bo, what do you do?
Well, I'll just kind of. Is the bodyguard going back with them?
Yeah.
So I'll go over and check on the professor. And
Haskins.
yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
You kind of, and he's like, come in. And he opens the door and he's like, is everything all right out here?
Coffee.
No, apparently it was good that you switched rooms with us. Apparently, a person snuck into the room and decided to try and steal from you.
Really?
Yes.
Well, are you all right?
Well, I had a knife thrown at my face, but I'm all right.
I mean, you're not harmed.
No,
He
I'm,
immediately is like concerned about you. He's like, oh, okay.
no,
all right.
I'm more concerned about you. Your bodyguard escorted the criminal that we captured down to the Union soldiers.
Oh, good.
So if it's
Okay.
all right, I'll just sit with you and converse a bit till she comes back.
Well,
just in case.
sure. And he probably like a criminal.
Yes.
Who?
Well, they call her the Pussycat or something. What was her
Are
name?
you sure you weren't dreaming?
She was
They
pink.
called her the Cat.
The Cat, I believe her name was. It was the reporter lady.
It was a pussy galore.
Pussy
Lord.
And what was the reporter's name? I'm sorry.
Katrina Donovan.
Katrina Donovan was actually.
The reporter?
Yes.
Oh.
She's a burglar. She wants you to confess that she wanted to steal all the artifacts that you got for a pretty penny.
Yeah. So anyway, there's probably 4 soldiers back here, and they're pretty much, 2 of them are going to be like, you're not leaving. And the other 2 are kind of like, oh, she's pretty. And they're like, pretty dangerous, dipshit. So they're going to keep her there. So she's under lock and key. So the rest of
That
you,
wig gets to hurt in my head. I can't take it.
the rest of you can head back to your rooms and get some more sleep. Sophie will come back and kind of relieve you, Bo.
I'm going to say to everybody, I think that we need to make a little bit of a written statement to give to the Union boys to go along to explain the situation of how she got to be caught.
Don't be texting Yo
I'll
on her back.
Sign it.
Okay. That's up to you.
I'm going
guys.
to talk to her in the morning.
Okay.
So
So everybody else can get some sleep. Lillianne, the rest of your watch goes pretty quietly. You get Copperhead up in the wee hours of the morning, and his watch goes quietly. You guys all wake up pretty well about probably around 7. Some of you 8 after having a long, disturbed night, but you can have some breakfast. Olaf,
Some coffee.
Roll for night terrors here.
and you are going to be at -2 on your roll because you didn't sleep well last night.
yeah, rough sleep.
Okay, so you rolled a 3.
Yeah, I rolled a 5, so -2, 3.
Okay, so you're at -2 today. You were at -1. Second day you've had night terrors. You're at -2 today.
So during breakfast, I'm going to try to keep an eye on her to see a point where I can just talk to her privately.
Yeah, you guys can pretty much
Okay.
break off. Most of the reporters are done writing. they're kind of probably in their rooms gathering up their stuff, making fight like, oh, this is gonna be a great article, kind of that kind of thing.
Actually writing down all the notes that they took.
Yeah, they're not really kind of out and about this
Did they even
morning.
find out what happened last night?
Nobody has told them yet that you know of. But when Sophie and Haskins come in for breakfast, they're kind of like normal. They haven't said anything, but you don't know if anybody's told the reporters or not.
I'm not breaking the news.
When I finally get down there,
Yep. So,
pass my missive around. Is there anything else you boys want to add to this here?
Two
I trust
sides
you,
of
Olaf.
toast and a this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to write that. I thought this was a menu.
I was going to sign that too. Since I was the one that recognized her.
that's true. Yeah. Do you want... Copperhead's like, you want the bounty? What are we going to do about that? Or are we going to do anything about it?
Well, who else would get it if she gets turned in?
Oh, no. I don't need it.
Who do we know who needs it? The orphanage.
I doubt if they're going to buy that the orphanage caught this cat burglar.
No, but you could make him who turned her in.
You get the bounty and give it to the orphanage? I'm good with that.
Who are they looking at?
You?
You.
Well, if we turn... If we
He's
just,
the one with the orphanage. Actually.
Well, you got the blessed banjo.
Well, I've got the
the
blessed
blessed
banjo, but
There
he's
is
the
an
one with the
orphanage.
actual orphanage.
yeah.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, Olaf.
Well, the one that you always helping with the Swedish.
There's that one, and there's actually
Yeah.
the one in Memphis too. So
Yeah.
two of them. You could divide among both of them.
Yeah. $250 go a long way for an orphanage.
So Olaf and Cobb being the ones that turned it
Or
around.
just Olaf.
Well, I don't think it matters who turns them in. It's just whatever you do with the money. But
Yeah.
I do believe, not sure how it works, but I would imagine we'd have to turn them in ourselves, turn her in ourselves.
Well, this piece of paper would tell them who turned her in.
Sophie, Copperhead is actually like, yeah, he'll just write down a statement, sign your name,
Okay.
make sure it's okay with everybody involved, and make sure
Have
the
it
soldiers
witnessed by
turn it
these
in.
two. Have it witnessed by these two Union soldiers, and
The conversation that Kelvin has with you is about bounty hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You've done it or not.
I've been around bounty hunters. I know the trade.
Okay. So, just out of curiosity, between you and I, if someone were to pay that bounty before she got there, what would happen?
Pay the bounty before she got.
Before she's turned in.
Well, probably no money would be given out because she wouldn't have been put into
I'm
the
not
proper
part of that
hands.
conversation, right?
No, this is a private conversation. Her and I.
Just
Now, you do know I'm a lawyer, and I do have thoughts on that. If you did have a question about that, so.
Actually, Kelvin wouldn't know that. He wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't
he
even know
doesn't-
you were a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
well, remember,
technically, giving
when we
giving
got
it
the
to
properties
the
and
soldiers
stuff?
would have been
I
authorities.
would. I told you guys this.
I
You
just
know
thought
it.
you BS'd your way
Well,
through
the only
it.
reason I'm talking to her about it is because she seemed like she had done bounty hunting.
I am sorry. Turning her into the soldiers would have been considered turning her into the authorities. So yes, it should be paid. Now it's up to them to.
Actually, not really, technically. Yeah, the soldiers aren't really. I mean, they're not the law. They're just soldiers.
It's something you'll have to go and eventually get paid once it's all finalized.
And I think the only saving grace is I'm not too sure, but I think technically either soldiers traditionally and in the real world, I don't think they could collect a bounty.
no.
They had to-
they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
they could turn
soldiers
her
wouldn't
in
be able
on you, and if he sends
That's what that
a
meant.
letter.
So at least you wouldn't have to worry about them lying, you know.
Oh, we caught this chick.
Yeah, just I don't know. I'm not pamphlet. Guess who we caught? You know.
No, they couldn't do that. But she is wanted in Salt Lake City. That's where the bounty is mainly posted. So when you could let those soldiers know when we return to Salt Lake City, because we are coming back that way. They're like, yeah, you can collect your bounty then. They tell you what sheriff's office to stop at or whatever. So you guys have your breakfast. Anybody else want to have any talks about what happened or?
No.
Okay. Later on that morning, you guys pull into Carson City, Nevada. It's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning when you get there. When you pull in, it's a bustling city, but it's not overly large. It looks more like a boom town. Sophie does explain that Carson City is kind of like, well, it's a little bustling town, but
Where's the
if you took away 451, this place would probably dry up and blow away. It's mostly Union soldiers and their families, and
It's just a travel head.
sort of, yeah. So as you pull into the station, you can see outside the windows, the depot's pretty average looking, but there's a lot of people in town with wagons and going about their business and stuff like that. You also notice a lot of Union soldiers, and there's a bunch on the platform probably waiting to load up on the train after you guys leave. Sophie also explains once this stops here, it's going to take the rest onto Fort 51, and then when it comes back, it'll pick up more passengers to head back to Salt Lake City. So
Now, is the Cat Burglar, is she getting off here then?
they're probably going to hold on to her here in the cell, in the local jail cell.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No passengers, like regular passengers, are allowed to Fort 51. It's all going to be military personnel.
Okay.
Sophie's like, well, I'm going to unload the crates if anybody wants to help me, but I'm sure we have plenty of people to help. And
Yeah,
Copperhead's like,
I'll personally oversee Peter Paul Mary.
okay, so you're going to go help? Copperhead's like, is there a way anywhere to lay low, like a saloon or something? She's like, well, maybe. He's like, all right, great.
I'll go with Copperhead.
You notice he's very, very nervous.
I know, that's why I'm
Not
going
really showing it, but he's like, and
Maybe
he
if
actually
you put a dress on or something that make you.
I told you we were going to dress in drag.
He did say that. He was like, they're gonna
A bunch of Southern guys getting off in a bunch of Union soldiers, and Copperhead like, let's dress as women like Spirit of 77.
1877.
They all hit on like
Spirit of
everybody looks at him like,
1877.
oh,
Spirit of
the beard.
1877.
Yeah.
The unwashed smell and the beard
Yeah.
really attracts the men.
So he basically just kind of keeps his head down. You guys can disembark from the train. Haskins is like, well, all the reporters are disembarking with you, so it's kind of easy to stay in the crowd and keep your head down. Haskins is like, well, I've got a couple wagons to pick up and some details to sort out there. I'll be back in about half an hour if anybody wants to go with me. Copperhead's like, you might need some looking after. I'll go with you. He's like, okay.
Who's
So,
taking the prisoner to the cell?
the Union cavalry, or the Union soldiers that were on the train.
We're trying to surround her by
Yeah, they get off and you see them taking her off in the manacles. People on the depot are just like, what the?
Yeah.
But they kind of take the four of them surround her and march her over to the sheriff's office. As you guys all get off the train, you see a lot of Union soldiers starting to board the train, stuff like that. They take all your crates off. Anybody who's helping Sophie can get your horse off. They get all the crates off.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Can I have looked back and see how she turned off the gas to the room? She did that outside or something, or?
Yeah. There's basically there's like pipes that go from the outside into the rooms, so they don't catch fire in the train.
I gotcha.
And she disconnected one of the connectors up at the rail roof. She just unscrewed it and let the gas leak out and came in.
I gotcha.
So, and
I got this.
it looks like she actually moved along the top of the roof of the moving train cars to get to your train. Didn't seem to have a problem with it. And that's not real easy. So, but yeah, they take her over to the jail cell, and you guys get off. Anybody who's helping with the crates, pretty standard hard labor, lifting stuff, setting it on the depot loading dock. The other end of the depot, anybody who's going with Haskins follows him down into the town a little bit.
I'll go with Haskins and Cobb.
Yeah. About, I guess you'd say 3 city blocks. There's like a kind of a stables and wagons and stuff like that. You end up getting 2 horses for each wagon. And they're not just buckboard wagons, but they're not covered wagons or anything. They're just big enough to hold these crates. And he goes in, basically pays for the fees. They've already got him saddled up. They're like, oh, we were expecting you. They're already ready to go. And he's like, great. Anybody drive a wagon? Can anyone drive a wagon? I know Sophie can.
I can too.
No.
He's like, I'm not great at it, but I can give it a shot. But Kelvin, you said you have Teamster?
I think I do. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
It's under horse riding.
Upper right.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. So yeah, he kind of takes one of the wagons and asks you to take the other one and lead on, because he's like, if I've got somebody I can follow along, but I'm not very good at this. Copperhead's like, I ain't never rode. I've only been in the back of wagons, usually drunk. So you guys, you don't have to make a roll. It's just going through town.
And then like I said, I have Teamster as well. So
Okay, that works. Yeah, when they're gonna need 2 drivers, so.
there we go. I got 1 die in it, so.
Oh, okay.
3.
Okay. And I think Sophie. Sophie's got 5. So you guys will be okay. So, okay, you guys gather up the wagons, head back to the depot. Then it's loading all the crates and all the stuff onto the wagons.
Put that over there. Put this up here.
Yeah, pretty
Put
much.
this up here.
Once you get the wagons loaded, there's not a lot of room in the wagons because the big crate that you guys know now contains a mechanical skeleton, takes up most of the wagon. Then they can fit some of the small stuff in there. And the other crates with the owl eye goggles and the mace and the flotation devices, they can fit in the other wagon, but it's kind of like, well, pile in the back.
Food supplies.
Yeah, there's tons of rations
weather
and
like
stuff
here?
like that. It's getting pretty warm. It's beginning of summer, but it's kind of getting to be a little not unseasonably hot, but it is warmer than usual. So it's a pretty dry, dusty town. You are kind of like, if you brought a jacket, you don't need it. So you kind of like, oh, okay.
Just keep my duster next to me.
Yeah. So basically, you guys pile in the 2 wagons.
Actually, so what's our next stop then from here?
He tells you that you guys are going to be heading down to the Meadow Valley Push. It's like a shallow river. And you're going to get down there. It'll take you probably get there this afternoon, late this afternoon, load up on the barges that they have set up. There's like 5 barges. You're going to take that for like a day and a half. So anyway, you guys load up the wagons and head out of Cedar City, Nevada. As you kind of bid adieu, it's like, oh yeah, it's really not that big. The big difference from City of Gloom or any big difference from Memphis
Let
even.
me know when it gets closer to time. We can let them
So
know.
as you guys pull out, it's pretty much traveling for most of a day. It's not too bad. It's a little warm. The sun's out, so you are kind of desert in a way. So he makes sure you get plenty of canteens and plenty of water to drink on the trip. So you guys travel on wagons, and it's kind of like you're sitting on crates, sitting on the back of the wagon, whatever. Pretty easy going. It's
All right, who plays the harmonica?
it's a little rocky in places.
Not me, oddly enough.
But Sophie and you can manage that part pretty well. If you have a 3 in Teamster and she's got a 5, you really don't have any issues. But in the back of the wagon, it's like, ka-donk, oh, ka-donk. And then after a while, it's a little smooth and it'll ka-donk. So it's not like a well-traveled road by any means. Later that afternoon, probably about a couple hours before sunset, you can kind of go over like the crest of a little rise, and as you go down, you see what looks like a small or a large stream. It's not a river, but it's not just a stream. It's somewhere in between. And on the banks, you see 5 barges, and they're basically just wooden planks,
They're on fire.
but they've got the kind of the big pontoons under them to keep them up out of the water. So they're kind of strapped together, but they look sturdy and safe. They're not like this. We're going on. There's a raft. It's an actual barge, and they're all pretty good size. There's like 15 guys down there sitting around what looks like would be a campfire, but it's not. Just sitting around in a circle on rocks, on boxes, whatever they got. Smoking, eating eating beans and coffee, just like Blazing Saddles. They're all lifting up,
We got
farting
beans in
over
our coffee.
So as you pull up, one of the guys at the edge of the camp kind of nudges one of the other fellows, and a big guy stands up. He's like 6'3" and probably 250 pounds of muscle. I mean, he's a big dude, and he kind of stands up. He's got like the union suit shirt and the suspenders and the breeches. He's got big, clunky, well-worn boots, and you do notice that he has kind of a denim shirt with the sleeves rolled up and all that. He's got a big bushy beard, a great big bushy beard. And he's wearing kind of a real tattered, like rancher's hat kind of thing. It's seen better days. Sweat stains all in it and all that. And he kind of gets up and waves, and you see Dr. Haskins wave back, and you guys come on down. He throws his coffee off to the side, and the other guys are putting their stuff away, starting to get up, and as the wagons come down, he's like, Dr. Haskins, been waiting for you. He's like, hopefully not too long. He's like, nope, you're just about right on schedule. And see, you brought some folks with you. He's like, yes, this is my expedition crew. He's like, well, good to meet you. We got plenty of room. You need help with them crates? Boys, get them crates. And these 15 guys just start coming up and like grabbing crates. He's like, we got the barges set up. We got your horse pens over here. These barges are pretty good size. And one barge has what looks like a corral built to it. It's basically like posts with ropes.
Right.
And that's where the 5 horses are going to go. The 4 from the wagons and Peter, Paul, and Mary. And they've got 2 guys manning that barge. There's a barge for all the crates, for a lot of the S&R equipment that's really heavy. Mm-hmm. You have 2 guys manning that. There's another barge that holds all the supplies and equipment and all that stuff. And there's like 3 guys on there. There's another barge that is set up for basically anything else you might have. Oh, the wagons. I'm sorry. They chock the wheels of the wagons and they go on that cart. Right. And then the last barge it's actually got like lean-tos on it. And that's the passenger barge where all you will stay.
Right.
And this guy introduces himself as Bo Johansson. Big Bo Johansson.
Big Bo Johansson.
Big Bo.
Or Bob. I'm sorry, Bob.
Big Bob
Johansson.
Big
He's
Bob
like,
Joe.
Big Bob Johansson. That's my name. And he puts out his hand. He's like, he reminds you of the Big Show. Like where you shake his hand, it disappears.
Swedish from the region.
Oh, Swedish. Yeah, man. Yeah. Well met. I'm a couple generations removed by now, but yeah, my parents were Swedish, my grandparents, all that stuff. Immigrants from the old country.
My parents were Swedish meatballs.
Yep. So nice to meet you. And he kind of introduces himself to all of you.
The doctor's with us too, right?
Yes, I'm sorry, the doctor. Yeah, the doctor did come down for breakfast, and he's kind of like, ooh. He has no idea what happened last night. He's in a different car.
Yep.
So if you guys don't say anything, he's none the worse for wear. He's like,
I want to scare him off.
Yeah, I don't want to make him any more worried.
Yeah, once he's on the bar.
oh, everybody sleep all right last night?
Wait till we're in the nick of stuff and then tell him.
I slept like a wallaby
Right,
in the
yo.
bush, I tell you.
He's from Australia originally.
Yes.
Crikey.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay, long way from home. And he's like, I've been for a year or two. Yeah.
Just working his way to New York City.
New York City. Get a rope.
I'm gonna go there and crack down on some criminals. So anyway, basically you guys pile up on the barges, and if you want to help load the stuff, you
course I
can.
will.
Yeah.
So a question on the skeleton thing.
Yeah, mechanical skeleton.
Does that have to be assembled and stuff, or is it pretty much ready?
It's more of a suit. So everything's
Is it ready to
assembled.
go?
You have to strap yourself into it, maybe tighten a couple bolts, and then you're ready to go.
Okay.
And then you have to start up the steam boiler.
From out of the box, though.
Yeah.
You have
From out of the box, it comes in sections.
Yeah, so you have to
So
assemble it.
think of it as a suit of armor.
Okay. I probably was going to spend some time going through it because I read the manual, so I can
Yeah.
go through it.
It's securely tightened, so It's kind of like you can pry the lid off and look at it, but it's like, man, to take this all out and try it, you don't really have time right now.
That's what I was wondering.
But when you get to Cliffside or on your way to Cliffside, because it's going to be a couple days journey, maybe you could try it out on the way. Right. Like if you camp down for a night, like, I'm going to wear this and go see if I can lift a cow. You know, whatever you want to do. But yeah, you haven't had time to really open it now. The other crates, if you guys do want to pop them open while you're loading the barges, they're like, yeah, let's see what's in here. Yeah, they look like they described in the pamphlets. To refresh your memory, the owl eye goggles look like big goggles that have lenses, and they almost look like the old-fashioned aviator goggles where they're like angled. But those are the mirror lenses inside that reflect light into you. It's recommended you don't put them on in daylight, but if you put them on like at night, you'll be able to see. And they just strap onto your head, and you just look around, basically.
I'm going to take a pair of those and hang on to them.
Okay.
We'll watch later.
Yeah.
Was there just one pair of those?
No, there's a pair for
was
everybody.
10.
There's
I'll take my
10
pair
pairs. Yeah.
We could use that night.
Yeah, you can try them out that night. The flotation devices are the same thing. It's basically, it looks like a canvas vest. You put it over your head, hangs down the front, ties in the back. So it's kind of like the smock. But then there's a flat, like canvas rubberized tube that goes around here and up around the back of your neck. It's flat, and there's what looks like a pull cord length of twine with a T-handle. And basically what you do is poof.
Yeah.
But if you do it now, it's like, well, you just wasted it.
Right.
So there is a way to deflate it and pack it and kind of just, it has this grease you
I
put
was
on.
gonna say, is this deep enough for anybody to really drown in?
No, the deepest this goes, Johansson tells you the deepest this goes is probably 5 feet, maybe 6. It's not a river. If you fall overboard, most places
you fall overboard, stand up. Yeah.
You guys start pushing off down the stream when you're ready. It is a nice kind of relaxing. Once you get on the stream, you're like, wow, this is way different than a train.
Yeah, this is nice.
You know, and it's like, oh, this is really comfy.
I'm gonna work on cleaning up the guns.
Okay. So, if any of you want to do anything for the next couple hours before sunset, you're more than welcome to.
Cleaning up guns.
Cleaning guns. Yeah, Copperhead's probably going to clean his guns out of habit.
Get out of bed. Make sure I've got the adjustments right on my undersleeve.
Yeah, your
extra goodies.
Yep, your quick shot holster
Practice
or whatever.
my gun hat.
Practice your gun hat.
I'll probably talk to the Chinese guy because there was the people next to him and kind of speak to him a little bit about.
Okay. Yeah, Copperhead actually probably goes, if you're talking, he kind of moves over that way because he did spend some time in the maze. He's like, shut up, Jack Burton. Get off the boat.
Jack Burton. Me.
No, but anyway, you talk to him, and he's when you approach him, he's kind of like,
Yeah.
hello?
Probably just.
And you notice he speaks good English. He's not even really got much of an accent, but he's like, hello?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to do this. Okay. He's like, well, hello, how are you, sir?
Fine.
Put up my hand.
Fine.
First, I'll do that. But if that doesn't do anything,
Yeah. Chang sings.
Shang Sing.
Watch out for that. Wing
Shang
Kong.
Sing.
Wing
Hell of
Kong.
getting cut to pieces. I'll shake his hand and go,
Yeah, he's
well, I know it's, are you a part of the Union Army or are you just a porter, basically?
he kind of looks around at the rest of the guys. We're not with the Union Army, no.
Oh, all right.
We're just helping out.
All right. Well, one of my neighbors there back in Memphis, he's Chinese, and I just didn't know if any sort of relation or any sort of that business.
He kind of
Holy
smiles, looks at Copperhead, and Copperhead actually does the...
No,
Yeah.
I meant you
He's
from the
like,
same province.
we're not all related. Don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know you all from different provinces. He said some whatever province or something, so I kind of.
He's like, nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to be just your normal sort of man of the South racist person that actually was.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I do try. No, but
Copperhead's like, this is our token bigot. If you don't mind.
Fascist over there.
No,
acting only.
Yeah. No, he says, no, I have never been up that way.
Oh, okay. He kind of goes, all right, well, I just curious, blah, blah, blah.
Copperhead does ask, you from the maze? Is that where he's like, yeah, Shan Fan, actually. He's like, oh, never been there, but I've been in the maze. And the Chinese guy was like, I'm sorry. He's like, me too. Yeah, not a great place.
Well, I never have been. I guess that's a good thing.
He's like, none of you have ever been to the maze?
No.
No.
No, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
With Arthur.
Yeah, you were. You've been in the maze.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It is
Amazing. Oh,
I've eaten maize. Does that count?
I did a maze in the newspaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, no, I never been up that way. I'm just helping out here. I hear you folks are going to the Grand Canyon, some sort of expedition or something.
Yes, indeed. Well,
The camping supplies.
Mm-hmm.
This is a wooden barge, right?
Yeah.
But is there?
yes. So
Is
we're
there-
going to make a campfire.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. There there
like
is
a
actually
fire pit kind
yeah,
of thing.
there's like a fire pit. It's a metal, like an iron bowl, a lightweight iron bowl. It's ghost steel.
Well,
So you can actually, and with little legs, so it's basically a fire pit. So you can make a campfire wherever you need to.
okay. I'm gonna smoke a cigar and get a campfire ready because I'm gonna brew coffee.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask this. I asked this guy, does he cook?
The Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I can.
This is, all right, I want some General's chicken.
Slap!
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's serious because the laundromat made food
Yeah.
and that. So he's kind of wanting to, like, oh, hey, maybe you'll make me some Chinese dish. I'll pay you. Basically, he's kind of craving some Chinese. So that's just Bo.
Now I am.
It's just
I
like,
walk over to the
maybe you
Chinaman.
could make me some China. I'd pay you for it.
finishing-
Like a slave.
I'm putting my gun.
No matter what Bo says.
I
it's
walk
like,
over to the
just can't
Chinaman
win.
and just
I
load the
can't
gun.
win.
There you go. I just look at him and say,
cook a little bit, but I didn't happen to bring my noodles with me.
Okay. You got rice?
Well, yes, I always have rice.
All right. Well, I'll pay you for some. It's good food. I thought it was very tasty. So
He's like, tell you what, if we get the campfire going, I'll make some rice and I'll share it with whoever would like some.
well, that would be fantastic. And I'd be happy to partake
Just
of that.
rice.
That's all right. Rice is good.
Might be able to add some more stuff in there.
That's good. Right. I don't want to try and be offensive. If I just
Well, you
like the
look around. You
food.
look around, Bo, and realize nobody's standing around you anymore.
Lee. You may call me Lee.
Lee, is there any dangers we should know about on this river or anything else?
Not that I know of. Big Bob Johansson is kind of... They refer to him as captain of these barges. He's not a captain, but they call him captain. So he's the one in charge, if that's who you wanted to talk to about taking watch. Well, they said they were going to take watch, and they're all like, yeah, we will. And then you said you were going to say something, or was it to Lee?
Just to Lee, I know
Oh.
if there's any dangers on the river.
Yeah, he's like, no, not that I know of, but I haven't really been with Johansson that long. Technically, this is my only second trip, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be staying after this trip. Just moving
All
about.
right.
Just moving about. Looking for my fortunes in the world.
Oh, all right.
What would fishing be under? Survival?
Survival?
Survival, probably.
I give him $5 for making some stuff. So
He's like, your money's not necessary. We all have to eat.
I don't know, but I want to help you out with whatever your fortunes may lie to.
Money has no real meaning to me. It's life that matters to me.
Will we at least take $1?
Damn,
Or
I just looked
share
at
my
it.
whiskey. How's that?
That is enjoying life. I will gladly partake of that.
All right.
And he kind of smiles.
I just looked right at it.
I didn't think.
Yeah.
It's under smarts.
Smart, so that's
I just kind of small talk with him.
Yeah, that's fine. Most of the other guys are doing their thing. He takes turns at the poles or the oars too.
When he's working.
But yeah, when they kind of rotate, you notice. So some guys will sleep, some guys will row. That way you're always moving, that kind of thing. The horses seem to be perfectly fine on the barge. They're just kind of corralled in. They got plenty of hay and feed to eat. They got that supplied because I knew you were going to be bringing horses. So that's all. Haskins explains, well, all that I went ahead and paid Johansson in advance to make sure we had all this stuff here. The rest of you guys.
I figure the Australian doctor's been in the outback for a while, and he probably knows good ways to make coffee.
Actually, yeah, he does. He's like,
I'll have him.
oh, yeah, here you go, Sheila. Check this out. You know?
Even without,
First thing you do is you
without
pee
a
in the
sock.
coffee ground.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit of guano, a little bit of moose piss, and your own. And mix it up.
Hey, Brenda.
It's a beaut.
Oh, there's
Brenda,
Brenda.
hi.
Big one got away. Yeah.
Hello.
I always fail getting the big one.
Yeah. That's
So
not always
is,
bad.
Is evening getting on yet?
Yeah, it's getting to be sunset.
If
I'll have
Sophia has time, I want to spend some more time talking to her with that Indian, that
Oh yeah, she'll
Language.
she'll
to
basically
see if she's
sit
got
down.
anything more that I can pick up.
Yeah, she can show you as much as she knows. So you guys probably while away the next few hours starting on that. She's like, I can show you more tomorrow.
So we did the night before too.
Yeah.
So
So
I'll have a nice cup of coffee along with Lillianne here, and then I'll bunk down, try to get some sleep.
yeah. The rest of you guys, if there's anything you want to talk about with the other passengers or whatever, get to
Now,
know
the
each
reporters
other.
did not come with
No, the reporters did not come. So it's just you guys now. So you can kind of chill if you have things you
Who
want to
wants
talk.
to take the first watch tonight? If and anybody don't, I'll take it.
Yeah, well, Bob Johansson, Big Bob, he's like, well, we'll be on watch if that's, unless you need to feel.
Well, we keep watch for ourselves too to alert the group just in case.
We can do that for you if you want to get some rest. He says with a smile, unless of course you don't trust us, then it's up to you. And he gets up and brushes his hands. He's like, he kind of smiles about like he's making a joke, but it is kind of a
it. Not a joke.
not a joke. Like,
Well, I'm
oh,
going to bed
well,
then. Good night,
watch
all.
your own selves then, you know.
I'm going to bed then. Good night.
So, but yeah, they do. All the guys, most of them have firearms, sidearms, or there's a couple rifles. So anyway, yeah, you guys cruise down the river. If anybody wants to talk to anybody about anything, go for it.
Sleeping.
Copperhead will probably actually come up and talk to you. Probably ask about, so you know a little bit about bounty hunting, huh?
Yes, I do, Frank Daggett.
He kind of he bristles. He's like, I was wondering what's going to happen.
Oh, I'm not interested in you.
Well, that's decent of you.
I'm interested in him.
That damn preacher is a weirdo.
He kind of like, when you say I'm not interested in you, you can almost visibly see him like, oh, Jesus Christ. He's like, well, that's interesting. Appreciate it. I don't know what your reason is, but
Well, I never said I was a bounty hunter.
he kind of looks at you. He's like, well, all right. But you know the trade. But you're not a bounty hunter.
Like I said, I've been around a few. I've experienced the way of life. I know a few things. Know a few people.
All right. Well, you seem to know me. Huh. Could be an interesting journey, Miss Lily. And he tips his hat and kind of like, probably just, if you're looking over the edge, he just kind of stands next to you and probably lights up his own cigarette.
Cigar.
Yeah, so you guys can
I'm
stand
just
there
hanging
and
around the campfire.
smoke in
I'm
a
hoping everybody
somewhat
knows where
uncomfortable
I'm at.
silence.
Sing along. No.
Calvin's asleep.
Kumbaya.
So, yeah, it gets to be nighttime. You do see kind of Copperhead go over to one of those crates and sees you with the goggles, and he's like, puts them on, and you see him, and it is pretty dark. I mean, it's only like a quarter moon, and he's kind of like, well, holy hell. So he's like, all right. He kind of puts them around his neck, which, you know, in Memphis, whenever he drives his velocipede around, he always has those goggles around his neck.
Yeah.
So he just puts them around his neck, like, keep those right there. So, the night pretty much passes uneventfully. The sounds of yeah, sounds of the water, sounds of frogs and crickets and that too. Yeah, it's a pretty peaceful night. So you guys can pretty much bed down whenever you want.
I
Get a
bet
nice,
down like as soon as it's dark out.
yeah, pretty much get a nice
fine.
restful sleep. Maybe go ahead and
Maybe.
roll your night terrors.
That was the bigger, was it?
Let me check. I can't remember if it's vigor or spirit now. I'm pretty sure it's vigor, but let me look because it might be spirit.
Don't forget to check out our link tree. Like, share, and follow.
There it is. It's a spirit check, not vigor.
Okay. I got a 5.
Okay,
What do we need to get?
9. So you wake up the next morning, everybody's like,
-3.
man, I felt great. That was like being rocked to sleep.
That was like
Olaf
heaven.
wakes up, what the f...
God damn.
7:30? You rise, you shine. Yeah, Olaf wakes up a lot worse for wear.
Eyes red and
Jesus Christ, Olaf, what did you do last night?
not sleep.
Again?
Is this too comfortable? Do you need me to jump up and down your tent or something?
You notice the doctor is looking at you, and he's like, you suffering from night terrors?
Yeah, doctor, I do.
I've got some experience with that. I'm turning into Liverpool.
I got some experience
I've
with
got
being
some
a horrific
experience
night
with
terror.
that.
Would you like me to?
I'll play you some Beatles songs. Would you like?
Yeah.
Oh, on the cucarachas?
Yeah. He's like, I've got a little bit of experience with that. If you'd like, I can maybe...
I'd be happy to work with you on that.
Touch me, touch me.
I was out on the battlefield the night that the world went to hell.
Ah, yeah. You should have been in the outback when that happened. It was not pretty. But I've got some experience with that. Tell you what, we're going to be on the boat tonight. When you bed down, if you don't mind, I can try something. Might work.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'd say give it a try.
Meanwhile,
Oh shit.
It's my line,
Bobby!
right? Crikey, your mind's a mess.
Yeah,
So he's like,
I'm stuck.
maybe I can help you with that a little bit.
Be appreciated.
All right. So the next day comes and everything passes along pretty easily. You're watching the train go by. Nothing really happens. Every once in a while, you'll see stuff off in the distance. You know, eagles circling or something like that.
Better than buzzard circling.
Roll your cognitions.
Uh-oh.
Target number of. Just tell me what y'all get.
11.
6, 11.
Cognition, a combination. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Yep. If you have keen, you can add that. If you have eagle eyes, I will allow that too.
21.
Oh, she's.
No, 19. 'cause
There's that quarter I dropped from the train.
Yeah.
19?
18.
18. Not bad.
Crap.
12s and I popped.
About 7.
Okay.
19.
19. Okay. And you had 11? Okay. So you all kind of see this at one point during your travels, probably right about noontime. You guys are kind of having some lunch, kind of more trail rations
More
or
rice.
whatever you can put together. Yeah. He's got more rice, so he can make another dish of that. You guys are kind of looking. You kind of look off in the distance, and, you know, there's some trees around, not much, a lot of rocks and stuff. And at one point, it kind of like levels out on one bank, on like the western bank. And as you kind of look, you see about 6 Indians, Native Americans, standing off the bank. And they're just kind of milling about, but as you float by, they are kind of looking at you. They're not like arrows at the ready or anything, but they're just kind of standing there stoically watching as you float down river.
I wave at him.
Yep.
Quickly, put on a show.
Yeah. As you do,
We're a floating circus.
yeah, a couple of them do kind of, but they just kind of watch.
That's fine.
Yeah. And it's just kind of like, oh, and especially for you guys who haven't been in Memphis so long, it's kind of like, oh yeah, we're in the American West. I forgot. But they're right there, and it's so long since you've actually run in. Any of you have probably run into Native Americans.
Quite a long time, yeah.
So.
I actually probably asked Sophia, do you recognize what tribe they might be?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I?
Actually, if I'm thinking right, yeah, the Brule tribe, I believe, are in this area.
Who?
The Brule tribe. They're kind of, I think they're associated. Honestly, I can't remember. It's either the Comanche or the Apache. I think it's the Comanche, but I can't remember. But she's like, I think that's the tribe, and you know that.
Mm-hmm. So when everybody's waving, I would give some kind of hand signal.
Kill us now.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Rock on.
Yeah, you can give them some sort of signal, and let's see.
310 to Yuma.
We're all gonna die. Please collect our things.
That's the plan.
Oh,
We'd like to talk to you about your insurance on your horses.
Extended horse insurance.
you kind of put your signal up, and you notice Sophie kind of looks over, and she's standing next to you.
Yes.
She's like, "Do you know their sign language?"
Me? Why would I? No.
No,
No.
me.
Was it similar to the one that she was teaching me, or?
No, this looked similar, but it's a specific one that she hasn't shown you yet. And she's like, "Lily, do you only know a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Interesting. Well, if you'd like to learn, teaching Cobb,
That was who was that Copperhead that was saying that to her?
Sophie."
Sophie was. Sophie.
Yep.
Okay.
She's like, "That looks like the Brule tribe." Yeah, I think they're around this area, or they are, obviously.
And what tribe is it that we're going to be dealing with?
Havasupai.
Yeah, that's it.
Havasupai Indians are mostly in
Wapasu?
Huh?
Say it again.
Havasupai. So, as you guys travel on for the rest of the day, it's, again, pretty peaceful traveling. That night, it gets to be sunset. And you notice throughout the night, Copperhead kept like waking up and just... That's so cool.
Playing.
That's neat. So it gets to be about an hour after sunset. Olaf, you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and get some sleep." And the doctor's like, "Well, I've got a method that might work. It might take more than a night or two, but we can try it."
Let's try.
All right.
Takes out a hammer.
You won't remember your night terrors now. But before you do, Copperhead's like, "Oh, shit." And he just stares.
I put mine on and look that direction too.
You look in that direction.
With mine on.
Over there's like a rocky outcropping.
Yeah.
Up, like, on the rocks, you see the biggest freaking spider you have ever seen. It's one of the, well, you've encountered one. I think you were with us, the Terrorantula.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
One of those. And it's up on a rock, just basically there. Like, not attacking. Looks like it might even be sleeping.
Kind of ask the crew members about it.
They're like, "Oh, yeah, we've seen some of those around." Not very often. They generally don't come near the water or in the water. Yeah, those things, they're in there. They're in the canyon. You don't always see them, but when you do, you don't forget it. And they can be nasty customers. We can outrun them on the barges, sort of, but it takes all of us a rowing and a pulling to get ahead of them. But they usually tend to stay out of the water. Yeah, quite a sight.
Yeah, we had to deal with one of those little buggers.
Really?
Yep.
Do we still have the whistle?
Ended up having to chuck some dynamite at it.
Who's got the whistle?
The whistle.
The whistle's from when we dealt with those.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that calmed him down.
Yeah. Copperhead has the one that makes him aggressive. No.
Did we? We didn't found. I didn't. We only found one, right?
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, you know you've got that whistle, so it's like everything. Whoa! Cobb's like,
I should probably write that down.
they grow them big in the Grand Canyon.
I was just saying.
But yeah.
Whistle may or may not work on those. So just
Okay,
so you know.
so
If that happens.
yeah, but yeah, it's to see one just chilling
Yeah.
is like that thing is scary as fuck, but he's so cuddly and furry, you know. Like, but after that, everybody calms down. He's like, well, it's not a great way to start out your night terror treatment, but we'll start with it. Okay, so as you bed down for the night, he's kind of like, okay, relax yourself. Just lay here. I'm going to have to
Play with
kind
the
of
balls.
massage some of your joints and things like that, your temples, get you relaxed.
I'm gonna deliver it around.
And then I'm going to play some music,
Gotta massage your prostate.
calm your nerves and stuff like that. And then massage your prostate.
You actually brought it, Rolla.
No,
So
Let me whip out my didgeridoo.
this goes right up your anus.
Actually, it sounds like open your mouth.
So no, he actually has you lay down. He has some herbs that he kind of mixes in a poultice, takes some of the water from the coffee pot or some of the weak coffee and kind of pours it in there. And he's like, all right, drink this. And it's got a bit of a bitter taste, but it's not bad. And he's like, all right, relax. And as he kind
With
of
the nipples.
hums this kind of soothing song, he's kind of doing, it's not the Native American, it's more like a humming. And as he's doing it, he's like rubbing your wrists and kind of rubbing your temples and your neck, stuff like that. He actually kind of places his fingers on your breastbone and just kind of puts pressure on it, things like that.
Well, now we're married.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he's done with that, he starts playing the didgeridoo. And you're like, oh, there's a weird sound. And in like 2 minutes, you're like asleep. Just the way it puts you right to sleep. Roll your night terrors. So you're rolling your spirit. You're at +4.
Ooh, +4.
Wait a minute.
With your spirit.
And this is when Olaf never woke up again.
Yeah.
Because his spirit got lost in the dream
Say
time.
plus what?
+4.
Ooh, pop.
13.
You sleep like a log.
Yeah.
about
It's like a
that?
There you go.
Tempur-Pedic mattress just happened.
Yeah.
So
So you
not
wake up.
sponsored by that.
you
We're
wake-
sponsored by Yoda.
After I hit a minus
Yoda
3,
day?
I'm automatically a normal sleep anyway. On the
Right.
next night.
Right. So you're when you wake up the following morning, your negatives are gone. Now, the next time you sleep, you'll have to roll again.
Right.
This time you dream. And what you dream about is something you've never seen. You're on the stream. You can feel yourself moving, but for some reason,
You pee your pants.
no, there's in the water beneath the barges is like a snake, but it's multicolored. And as it moves through the stream, it keeps pace, and it almost is like the barges are on its back. And as it moves, it leaves like a trail of color behind the stream, behind it in the water. And it's all like these
Oh, it's oil.
rainbow colors. So, you know, when the waterfall happens and you see the rainbow, it's like that behind it in the water. And as you do, you have this really soothing feeling. And it's like you're in the desert and you're under the stars. But when you kind of look around, it's not a desert you know. It's a totally different desert. And off in the distance, you see what you think are Native Americans, like a small group of Native Americans in your dream, but they're black. They're not Native Americans. You don't know who they are or what they are. And you constantly feel this soothing vibration, this, and it just keeps you calm. And when you wake up, you're like, you remember that dream. It's like, that's bizarre. That was really weird.
How bizarre.
How bizarre. How bizarre. And the doctor kind of, when you wake up, he's probably already up having coffee, and he's like,
Making me crazy.
well, how'd you sleep, Olaf? You sleep well?
Very well.
Good.
But had a really odd but very, very comforting dream there.
That can happen. What'd you dream about?
There's a large snaky-like thing that's kind of like underneath all the barges, and it left a kind of a multi-color thing in its trail behind it, and I saw, well, it wasn't this desert that we were traveling through now.
The whole time you're talking,
And
his
the
smile's
na-
getting
the
wider and
natives-
wider.
There were natives there, but they weren't golden brown. They were black.
I think there's hope to get rid of these night terrors if we keep it up. You were visited by my spirit guardian, the rainbow serpent. What you saw were aborigines in the outback.
Huh.
I think that's a good sign. It's happened a couple times. Most people just get soothing dreams, but that one seems pretty,
You might have to take a
That
trip
was
to the
interesting.
Outback, Olaf.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Hmm?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Not in this day and age.
Well, I had me a dream
Well,
as well.
Appreciate that, Doctor.
I'll try it again tonight.
Yes, we will.
What was your dream?
Pass the coffee.
I'm over there making it.
See, you were all there. You were
Oh, God.
the wizard. You were the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion. And
He was a little turtle.
I was Dorothy, of course.
I had the
okay.
world's strangest dream. I was sitting around a table with a bunch of people. I didn't understand who they were, and we were throwing these little plastic things around. It was so strange.
Oh, you were drunk.
Oh, never mind.
That's what that was.
That was gambling. You lost all your money.
Okay, so that happens.
Now, if he continues this, he could buy off the hindrance.
Now, if you guys want to know, in game terms, this is actually a shaman or a favor that shamans know called Heal Madness. What it is he does this,
What's that?
and when you save up enough points to buy off the hindrance night terrors, you just spend it and it's gone. Because this is the role-playing aspect of you learning to get rid of those night terrors. He is helping you. So if you let him do this repeatedly and save up enough bounty points to buy off night terrors, you can get rid of it. As you guys get probably about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning after breakfast, Bob Johansson's like, all right, folks, we're about to come up on our departing point. So we'll get ready to unload everything and you guys can be on your way on the road. Dr. Haskins, we'll give you on the outside about a week, maybe 2, just in case. We'll wait here for you. You paid well. Explorer Society takes care of their own. So we'll wait here for you. So when you're ready to come back this way, we'll load you back up and take you back to Cedar City. And he's like, I appreciate it, Mr. Bohanson. He's like, Bob, just call me Big Bob. Everybody calls me that. And he's like, all right, fellas, unload. So you guys get the barges up to the shore, start unloading, getting everything back in the wagons and stuff like that. And they kind of like, all right, camp out. So they start setting up camps and all that stuff. You guys load up on the wagons and start heading overland. And we will stop there for tonight.
Oh,
Headed overland.
Overland. Well, that's it for us tonight, folks. Let me get my end of night script going.
well, once again, thank you, NPC and Yo. Thank you so much for
Yes, thank you guys. And Thorn.
Yes,
Thorn
thank
gave
you.
some
Twitch
gifts as
folks,
well.
make sure to hang out if you're on Twitch.
Gifts,
We're gonna raid somebody. It's probably gonna be Neely again.
McKinley! You did
Make
not
sure
do
to
that.
check out our social medias to see where we're gonna be playing next week. You find those social medias on our
Link tree.
tree. For all our social medias.
Ernie McKinley.
You never knew there'd be a test.
We're going to be having another contest soon. As soon as we get more followers and subscribers on our YouTube channel, check that out. And as soon as we hit 200 or 300 on our Twitch, we're going to have another giveaway. So
Bring your friends.
Yeah.
and make sure you take a look into that.
Bring your frenemies.
Bring your frenemies. Now for the thank yous. Thank you to Dale for running the game tonight, for the Dragon's Den for hosting, Mike for his technical prowess and investment, to Yo for giving us a bunch of money,
Yay!
thanks to Bobby for the editing skills, and everyone else who played tonight, and a big thanks to all of you who tuned in and watched tonight. Because without
Love
you,
you.
we wouldn't be doing what we're doing as far as this goes.
Thank you, Zombie 2, for your help.
Yes, thank you, Sean,
Yes,
Shebe,
thank
and
you.
Zombie for your
Thank you
editing
very
on
much.
or monitoring on our Twitch channel. And make sure you check out the game manufacturer. This is put out by
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle. So you can go to Pinnacle. You can find the link to this game on the YouTube description of this game on YouTube channel. So check that out. Follow us and everything else. All right. Hang out there, Twitch people. I'm going to try to do this as best as I can. Oh, I opened the wrong app.
And thank you, Rob, for being our talker, and running our Twitch.
Spaceman.
You're welcome.